Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host with the most, Natan Rahovsky. You are here at the Frequency of Abundance. I want to thank you so much for joining us. We are rounding out season 6, if you can believe it. This is the finale week. So we got 4 power-packed episodes. Raise your leadership frequency. Anchor your legacy. Motivational Monday. Yesterday was creating culture with frequency. Culture isn't taught. It's transmitted. So we were discovering how the energy that you bring shapes everything yesterday. Today, on Triumphant Tuesday, we're going from manager to mentor. Control fades, but impact lasts. And we're going to learn how to lead through transformation, not just transactions today. Tomorrow on Winning Wednesday, the leadership legacy code. So what ripples are you leaving behind? This one hits deep. And we end season 6, energetic leadership, on Thriving Thursdays, integration and embodiment. No more theory. It's time to live it. Everything we've discovered now in your bones. That's what we're up to this week. Then we get to take a little while, about a week or so off. And during that time, I'll be coming up with season 7. Season 1 for us was personal development. Season 2, relationships, communication. Season 3, if you were an online business coach, healer, therapist, specialist, and you made your money online, Season 3, that was for you. Business Online Fundamentals. Season 4 was energy. Season 5 was abundance. And now Season 6, energetic leadership. Really for those that have others in their lives that they lead and that count on them. That's where we're coming from today. From manager to mentor. Management controls. Mentorship elevates. So today we're talking about how to shift from directing tasks to developing people, and why that shift is the gateway to legacy level leadership. So I'm so happy that you're with us. So happy you can join us. I'm going to put some information in the chat. Boopity boop. So anytime you want to come and play in our little sandbox, all you have to do is go to LinkedIn, pop in the Frequency of Abundance, click groups, boopity bop, you're there. You're with us. And it's so nice to have you there. Now, if you wanted to elevate and go up a level, no problem. We also wanted to know if you wanted to come play in our sandbox in other ways. So later on, we're going to talk about all the different invitations that you can get and different ways you can interact with us. Right now, let's focus on manager to mentor. Little Greek Mountain Tea keeps the voice pearly clean. So you don't build legacies by managing tasks. You build them by developing people, right? Okay. Let's start with the energetic shift from manager to mentor. So a wisdom nugget might be management is about efficiency. Mentorship is about expansion. Managers delegate. Mentors activate. Reflect on a past leader. Did they manage you or did they mentor you? What was the lasting impact? You can write this down, one sentence that defines the energy of how you want to lead. One sentence that defines the energy of how you want to lead. So when somebody goes, hey, that person, how are they as a leader? This would be the one sentence that person would say about you. Second, let's look at why mentorship is a frequency. People don't remember the process. They remember how you made them feel about themselves. And it's not just how you made them feel. It's how you made them feel about themselves. So, ha ha ha, you made me laugh. Ha ha ha, you made me cry. Okay. But that's not reflective. That's just objectively, oh, something humorous happened. Okay. Objectively, I can laugh. Subjectively, you have to hit me so close to the heart. at such a personal human level that you know me so deeply for me to genuinely be affected. That's why how you make me feel about me, incredibly personal. Mentorship is about holding a higher vision for someone than they currently hold for themselves. I will hold this vision for you until you can hold it for yourself. Repeat after me. I will hold this vision for you until you can hold it for yourself. Mentorship is about holding that higher vision for someone than they currently hold for themselves. So identify one person in your life, on your team, that you can hold a higher energetic standard for without micromanaging. An action tip would be to ask them, what's one thing you've always wanted to get better at, but haven't had support for? Imagine they come back and go, oh, you know what, I've always wanted to get better at accounting, or I've always wanted to learn the piano, or I've always wanted to get better at just listening. You have no idea where they could come from. No clue. That's why we ask. And then the next step after you ask, offer your energy, not just your advice. Be their energetic mirror, not their critic. So look at some of the core differences, and let's really play in that area for a minute. When we wanted to understand manager versus mentor, let's go back and forth a couple times. Manager, mentor. Ready? Manager focuses on tasks. Mentor focuses on growth. Manager uses authority. Mentor uses influence. Manager prioritizes control. Mentor prioritizes connection. Manager drives output. Mentor shapes identity. See the difference? Mentorship is not just about being above. It's about standing with. Now, let that sink in. And as you do, I want you to think about if you have already been pushing yourself. Excuse me. If you've already been developing and working on yourself. If you've already come to the level that you are so ready to give, then I want to give you a place to do it. I want to shine a spotlight on you. Blessings come all around you. And I want you to remember that blessed people bless people. You will be blessed. And then it is your job to bless others. You might not even think of what you do as a blessing. You might not think of what you give to someone as a gift. But when they receive it, you'll know. You'll see it in their eyes. You'll feel it. There's a very big difference when people say, when I say gratitude equals abundance, abundance is a feeling. Gratitude is a feeling. If you have one more dollar in your bank account than you need, that is by definition abundance. But if you only had one more dollar than you need, would you still feel abundant? Or would you be terrified that you only have one more dollar? How much more than you need do you need? Well, I only need this much rice, so here's a little extra. Ooh, can I get a little more extra? A little more extra that you don't need. Yeah. What are you scared of? What are you hiding behind? Coming from a place of power, coming from a position where you have strength and influence, that wouldn't be something that affects you. I want you to look at where you can shine. And if you're already at the place where you've got leadership, where you've got a lasting legacy, and you're focusing right now on giving back and trying to help other people become limitless, this is why I want you on the show. And I'd like to personally invite you. And I think that if we can get enough people to feel what you're giving, we could change things in a really big fundamental way.
Ever wonder what sets real leaders apart? It's not the corner office, it's the impact they make. Welcome to the Voices That Lead podcast with Natan Verkovsky, where we dive deep with leaders who put service first. These aren't just CEOs or big names. They're people making a difference, building legacies through acts of kindness, mentorship, and heart. Every episode you'll hear powerful stories, straight from those who lift others up and inspire change. Looking for practical advice, authentic conversations, or just a spark to unleash your own limitless potential? You'll find it here. Because leadership isn't just about where you end up, it's about who you help along the way. Join the community and get inspired. Reach out to be a featured guest on the program. Leaders, legacy, limitless. Subscribe to the Voices That Lead podcast. Join us as a speaker and let others be inspired by you. Become the leader you're meant to be.
Isn't that cool? Want you to become the voice, want you to become the leader, want you to feel where we're coming from. So, if you're ready to give back, if you're ready to have a spotlight shined on you, reach out, contact in the chat, and join us. Join us for the Voices That Lead. Let's bring out to others. Blessings and big spotlight on you. We're on TV. Build Network TV, BNTV. What a blessing. And because of that, you will have an audience that is global, worldwide, 24/7. That's what we wanted to shine that light on you for. Now, if we're looking at the insight to mentorship, like we said, mentorship is not about being above, it's about standing with. So you do have to meet people where they are, but you don't have to hang out there. You can elevate them very quickly to get them over to where you are. Audit your language. That would be the lesson. Are you saying, did you get it done? Or are you saying, what did you discover doing it? Is everything just a task? Are there any missions? Are there any quests? Are there any lessons? Your next step would be to switch one manager phrase into a mentor phrase. Did you get it done is a manager phrase. What did you discover doing it is a mentor phrase. I invite you to change your language a bit. Look at some of the tools of the mentor leader. Mentors ask better questions. Okay. You know, when we talk about the marketing, and we're blessed enough that all of this is paid for by our corporate sponsor, Allure Creative Agency, the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. And when we get together with other marketing agencies and firms that do all that kind of stuff, when we're honest, when we get a couple drinks and talk about business and clients and the truth, the real. I've asked guys that have marketing firms worth hundreds of millions of dollars that have been doing it for decades, that have incredibly big clients, name brand clients that you would recognize. And yet, when they're open and honest, every single one of them has told me the exact same thing. Natan, none of us know. We just guess better and test better than our clients. That's it. It's the only reason they pay us. We guess better. I'm like, that's true. If all you did was professionally guess all day long and get paid for it, I guess you'd get pretty good at it. Me as a client, I just have to guess once. It's my marketing strategy. You have to guess for all of your clients. Okay, you guess more often than me. Fair. So you guess better. That would make sense because you practiced it more. Okay. What about test better? Well, of course you do. I have no clue how to test any of this crap other than, did I get a client? Oh, I didn't get a client. Oh, okay. How can I test, right? So I wouldn't have a clue how to know. That's where I want to make sure that, excuse me, that it makes sense. How do we test better? And as a manager, you know that, right? Like your metrics, you don't measure it, you can't manage it. So if we're testing better, if we're looking better, if we're trying to find where that is going to come from, that's why when they said that, it resonated. I was like, you're right. And if we can be that open at the highest level that nobody knows, but we have a better shot at it, the higher probability of success, I can accept that. I go sign up on a doctor's visit to go to the hospital. There's a form I got to sign that says, hey, you may die. I got to accept that. It's just what it is. Shouldn't be, but it is. So in the space of where we are and what we're looking at and what we're talking about, there is only one area that could possibly give you this kind of impact. And that's why I wanted to make sure. If you were looking at, let's say, your top 3 mentor tools, number 1, powerful questions. What do you feel is possible here? That's a powerful question. Ask somebody in your company, what do you feel is possible here? Well, what an answer you might get. It won't be a basic one, I guarantee you that. Vision expansion. Number 2. Let me show you what I see in you. You know how much people love to hear that? Let me basically tell you all the cool things that I like about you. No, stop. I don't think that'll happen very often. Number 3, powerful questions, vision expansion, energetic presence. Number 3, just being available with no agenda. Kind of office hours with an open door. You know, people need something, they come see you. I'm available. To do what? To help you with this, to help you. No, that's an agenda. Stop it. I'm available. Practice the hold, silence, respond. It's a wonderful technique. So you ask a question, wait 5 seconds, then speak. I'd like you to consider this as a wonderful exercise this week. Start one meeting this week with a question instead of a directive. All right, everybody, here's what we're going to be doing today. Yeah, thanks. You ran the party. We know. You're the boss. But you don't always have to lead the parade, right? Like all the marching band behind you, you don't have to just be the marching band leader. Start one meeting with a question instead of a directive. And when you're playing there, let me know if there's something that we can do. We talked about coming in, having to shine a spotlight on you when you wanted to take a look and see, wow, okay, I want to be on Voices That Lead. I want to be on TV. I want to make sure that other people get to hear and feel and see how I serve those that I lead, what I think is my legacy, and then to really, really understand if I had one gift that I could help make someone else truly limitless, what would that be? I want to hear people through that filter. I want to understand them through those 3 questions. Not to mention there might be a couple secret questions available, depending on if you want to come over and, come to the subscribed group. It's free, so it's not like it's a thing. But it's about engagement. It's about entanglement. It's about involvement. So how deeply you want to get connected, there's always rewards the deeper down that rabbit hole you go. I wanted you to know that. Right now, if you wanted to professionally hunt whales, looking for C-suite executive leader, owner, founders, if you were trying to get into that group, I'd like to be able to help you. And I think this might do something that nobody else can.
I'm excited to introduce you to Allura Creative Agency, the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse. Our mission is to increase your brand's visibility, credibility, and extend your global audience. In short, we hunt the whales for you. Our proprietary methodology blows a dog whistle to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, and owners across any industry. Welcome to our Executive Engagement Engine trademark. That's our secret sauce. It includes 3 proprietary processes: our Engagement Ignition trademark pre-event outreach process, our Commitment Catalyst trademark butts and seats process, and our Fortune Follow-ups trademark post-event outreach. These ensure the highest level of interest, virtual attendance, and follow-up conversations. As the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse, what's our promise to you? Unparalleled commitment to transparency, ethical engagement, and impactful results. Partner with Allura Creative Agency and experience transformative executive engagement. Book a time to speak with us today, and here's to the evolution of your brand.
Wonderful. So, as we're coming in, I want to look at the last big segment. This is building a mentorship culture. When you mentor someone, they don't just grow, they multiply your influence. An insight would be that mentor-led cultures are less hierarchical. They're more resilient. So an action tip would be recognize and elevate the mentors in the making on your team. So somebody who will be you. You have to pre-create the mentors long before you worry about the managers. Managers will be obvious. They'll either personally be a great person that is a proper person that manages others, or they'll be excellent at their job, in which point they'll have the choice to go, crap, do I take them out of the job that they're excellent at to try to get them to manage other people? And hopefully they can do that, because managing is a very different skill than whatever it is that you were doing before managing. Will they be a good manager? And more importantly, will I suffer and lose if I take them out of their current position? Let's say you have a salesperson. They're the best. Why would you take them out of that position where they're clearly good and happy to make them a manager? Because then they can make other people better. I'm like, what makes you think that's in the skill set? Being a great salesperson has nothing to do with being a great sales trainer or a great sales manager. Oh my, you're asking quite a lot from that skill set. And I don't know if it matches. That's where the danger comes from. So if instead of trying to build these managers that, fingers crossed, mentors in the making, that's what you focus on your team, who could be a mentor, so that one day, sure, they have to be a manager by default, no kidding, but that'll happen because they're not trying to manage, and the managing is the thing. They're trying to mentor, and the managing is just the mechanism. That's how they get to mentor. That's how they get to be in a position of trust. Let's choose one person this week. Let's say, I think you've got mentor energy. Want to explore how you can develop that? Do you know how empowering that would be to somebody on your team? I think you've got mentor energy. Want to explore how we can develop that? Offer a 15-minute check-in. Not about tasks, but about their vision. Remember where we come from? These ideas that float around in your head until they become coherent. Then they become a vision. When that vision coherently becomes concrete, we now have a mission. When our mission is shared with others, we now have a movement. When our movement is shared with others, now we have absolute cause. We have a cause, and other people can join the cause. That's what we want. We want to have something so impassioned that people get involved. You tell people you're going to fly to the moon, they'll be like, yeah, let's do it. You tell people you're going to fly to Denver, they're like, maybe. It's just not as impassionate. So I want you to find a big, hairy, audacious goal and get people impassioned about that. That's when you check in about their vision. It helps them turn their vision to a mission, to a movement, to a cause. Let's go through a couple thoughts as we wrap up this episode. Let's look at legacy isn't built in what you do. It's built in who you grow. So your legacy isn't about all the cool things you've done and left behind with your name on them. It's about who you grow. I remember I had worked with a school team, high school team, as a mental training specialist decades ago, and there was a track field meet, and I'd given one of the guys a technique that you pump your hand and it gives you a turbo boost as you're running around. And of course, it's nonsensical, but if you believe, you believe. As your basketball coach, I give you these special shoes that'll make you jump higher. Watch if you don't jump higher. And in it, he ran and he won. About 6, 7 years later, I see this humongous person just walking towards me, and I'm like, oh, good God. It was the same kid who grew up. And then some. And he thanked me. He thanked me because I helped him and changed him. And then he said, I was so blown away with what you did for me that I'm dedicating my life to do what you do. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, I want to be a medical hypnotherapist. I want to be a mental training specialist. I want to work with sports athletes. I want to help people and kids exactly like you helped me. I want to do that. Holy cow, I didn't know that was my legacy. It's not what I do. It's who I grew. I grew him. How interesting. Never would have known that that little thing that I did would have had that much impact. So when you're managing, yeah, it keeps things running. But mentoring keeps things rising. You are someone's permission slip. I want you to remember that. The moment you believe in them, they start believing in themselves. Only when you give them permission, you're someone's permission slip. I want you to think of mentorship as an energy transfer. You're not just giving advice. Here's what I think you should do. You are transmitting belief, clarity, and possibility. People don't outgrow mentorship. They evolve into it. When you mentor your people, not to depend on you, but to become mentors themselves. That's why we talked about mentors in waiting. It can't just be like, yes, I'm brilliant. Yes, listen to me. Yes, come to me for every problem that you have. So yes, I can solve them. We're not empowering anybody. Let them evolve into it and become mentors. So when you mentor others, you must also be mentored by life. If you're a coach and you don't have a coach, how hypocritical is that? You got to stay in your own growth. You got to stay coachable, and you got to stay curious. You got to be interested. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your personal stories and experience. My pleasure. Absolutely. I wanted people to know that it's not just coming from a place that exists. It's coming from the experience, one of many. It's anecdotal. It's just mine, but it is something that happened. And because of that, I can reflect. And I guarantee each of you have had something that happened that you can reflect on. Don't look at it as just a movie. This is your movie. You're the star of your own life movie. And if you're not, my goodness, that's awful. You need to be the star of your own movie. I want you to think about how control is efficient. Mentorship is exponential. So if you want to scale with soul, lead with influence, not with inspection. Think that you look at the most magnetic leaders, and I think that you'll notice they listen with their whole nervous system. They make people feel heard, not just heard. You know what the difference is? Thank you. I feel like you really heard me. You listened to me. I appreciate that. Compared to, yeah, I was listening. Okay, I heard you. Yeah, go on. It's not the same. I want you to be the voice that they hear long after you're gone. And that's part of your legacy. So a true mentor leaves energetic fingerprints on someone's confidence forever. Now, when you're ready, let me know. We'll be here for you. Joining us at the frequency of abundance, know that you can just grab a bowl of popcorn and binge watch 6 seasons. Know that we are here available for you. If you want to come play at the highest level, energetic workshops. If you wanted to come over and be that voice, voices that lead. If you wanted to come in and have Allure Creative hunt those whales for you, all roads lead back to just, hey, come say hi. We would love to say hello and play. Now, for the rest of this week, pop in because there's only a couple more episodes. We're looking at Winning Wednesday, the Legacy Leadership Code. What ripples are you leaving behind? And we end season 6, Energetic Leadership, on Thriving Thursday, Integration and Embodiment. No more theory. It's time to live it. Everything we've covered now in your bones. So thank you for joining us. I'm so pleased. I will see you tomorrow. And as always,